Okay guys, the next one is saying from the sum of negative 4a minus 2b and negative 2a plus 5b, subtract negative 6a minus b. Now, like I said, with algebraic expressions, it's very useful to just substitute it with a number so that you see in which order you need to write the expression. So let's say from the sum of 8 and 2, subtract 5. So what will we do first? So from the sum of 8 and 2, subtract 5. Of course, we'll first say 8 plus 2, and then we will subtract 5. Okay, so can you see what did we do first? First we added the 8 and the 2. So first we need to add these two. That will be the first step. First we need to add them, and then we need to subtract the second part, the second or the last part. Okay, so the first step is to calculate the sum. Okay, now here it's very important to use brackets. So we will just first write down negative 4a minus 2b, and then plus the next term, which is negative 2a plus 5b. Okay, that will give us the sum. Now we are actually not required to use brackets for the first expression, because there will be just a 1 in front, so it will stay the same, negative 4a minus 2b. And then we have a positive and a negative. Now, a positive and a negative, remember this is the same as the distributive law. You actually have positive 1 and you multiply it with everything inside the brackets. Okay, but a positive times a negative will give us a negative 2a, and then a positive times a positive will give us positive 5b. And now to simplify this, we need to have a look at the like terms. So we have negative 4a and negative 2a. They are like terms. Why? Because they have the same base of a and the same exponent of 1. And then we get to negative 2b as well as positive 5b. They are also like terms because they have the same base of b and the same exponent of 1. Okay, so let's first write them next to each other. Negative 4a minus 2a, and then negative 2b plus 5b. So if you have negative 4a and you subtract 2 more, you'll get to negative 6a. And then if you have negative 2b and you add 5b, you'll go into the positive by 3. So it will be plus 3b. So that gives us the sum of the first two algebraic terms, or the first two algebraic expressions rather. Now we need to subtract this part, the negative 6a minus b. So how will we do that? Okay, we're going to do it as follows. We'll need to take this sum and then subtract that from it. So the sum is negative 6a plus 3b, and then we subtract. Now, very important to use brackets here. Negative 6a minus b. You have to put the brackets there. Okay, so this is now the subtraction part. So this is part number 2, subtract. Okay. So let's do that. The first expression is going to stay the same, nothing's going to change. But then, like I said, we have to use the distributive law again. It's like having negative 1 in front of the brackets and multiplying it with everything inside the brackets. Negative times a negative will give us a positive. So it will give us positive 6a. And then a negative 1 times negative b, that will give us positive b. Remember to also multiply it with a sign. Okay, now we can identify our like terms again. We have negative 6a, we have positive 6a. Very interesting to note here, they will just cancel, because negative 6 of something plus 6 of that same thing is just 0. And then we have plus 3b, and we add another 1b. If you don't see a coefficient, just write in the coefficient of 1 there, okay, because it will make your life much easier. So positive 3b plus 1b will give us positive 4b. You don't have to write the positive, because if there's no sign, it means it's positive. Okay, so that is the answer for question 2a from the homework. Thank you, guys.